Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. The cookie's back. So today's question is actually something I borrowed or stole from Miss Tarot Daily. She posted this awesome video yesterday with well, I don't know if the video was awesome, but the question was awesome, and it was, what would her parents think of you? So I think, it's a hypothetical one. You might never meet them, but just in case you meet them, you might have an idea of what they will think of you. So I will draw both for mother and father. And I'm just gonna see where it takes me, right? So it's like a fun reading on what would they think of you, and you're gonna get some specific details maybe on what they're gonna like about you, what they're gonna dislike about you, and such. I have 6 options for you guys, so you can pause the video if you want to. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go into the shuffling part, and I'll meet you at your timestamp. All right, if you chose the aragonite, I think I forgot to mention the stones in the beginning. If you chose the aragonite, number 1, I'm going to make 2 piles. The first one is going to be, what will their mother think about you? What will their father think about you? Wow, so we have a strong father here. Someone really, like a really strong father figure. Probably the dominant one in your person's life. I like this one. Okay, this is interesting, and I actually see a story here, so it might even resonate with you on that on that level. For the mother, I think she might be seeing you as someone who reconciled with your son or with her son or daughter, because we have the card of reconciliation with the card of the forgiveness. So this might mean that that she knows that you had some kind of relationship with this person before, and now you're reconciling. Or it could simply mean that that she sees you as someone who she feels like she known you before, like she has a really good connection with you. I see that too with like the Ace of Cups, because she's really going to like you. She's going to offer you things. She's going to be offering you beverages, food, and such. We have a card of offering, like we see the image of you being offered something like a cup, and she's going to have great conversation with you, and she's going to find you extremely charming. We also have that with the lilies here. She might find, or it might be revealed that you're a little bit older than her daughter or son. It might be that with the lilies, and that's gonna maybe throw her off a little bit. So you're not going to be entirely what she expects, but she's going to like you a lot, and you're going to have a very good connection. You're going to have a good communication with her. And all in all, yeah, she's going to find you extremely charming, very eloquent, educated. I think she would see you as a very good option for your son, for her son or daughter. As for the father, he's going to be very surprised. Like, he's probably going to be envisioning something entirely different than what you are, and when you meet him, because his daughter or son, your person, is going to most likely be telling them about you before they meet you. So, I mean, he's going to be somewhat interested in your career dreams. So he's going to want to know if you are a good match for his child, in the sense, like, are you ambitious? So make sure that you know beforehand what you're going to be telling him about your future plans, because obviously this person values a lot that people have ambitions, especially if they want to be a part of the family. But I think essentially after a while, he's going to accept you as a part of their home. You're going to be accepted as part of the family, so no reason to worry. It might frustrate you a little bit in the beginning when you have conversation with the father. There might be quite a barrier between you and this person, this father figure, because he comes off as very strong, also very competitive. So you might be wanting to just put your guard down. Don't be open and be willing to be vulnerable. I think that's going to help you. So that person might be, needing to feel like they control the situation. It might be somewhat of a character like that. But, at the end of it, I see very positive shifts. So even if you don't get along with his father, or maybe do not communicate as well with the father in the beginning, he will eventually accept you as part of the family, okay? So that was the reading for you. If you chose the angelite, pile number 2, let's see. What will his father and mother think of you when they meet you? We have a pile for the mother and a pile for the father. Mother, father. It's a very sensitive father, a very hardworking father. I think the mother is the one in control in this relationship. Your person used to have someone before you, and the mother was really loving that person. So she might be a tad bit, wanting to keep that person in his or her life, despite him having chosen you and moved on. So, I mean, what I'm seeing here is, the mother of this person used to be very connected to his previous partner. It might have been a very long-term relationship, and she feels some kind of loyalty towards this other person. They might even still be communicating in some sense. I mean, we have the card of communication with the Lovers and also with the jealousy. So what I'm seeing here is a very jealous mother, someone who really, really, really wants only the best for their child, and they really want to be able to choose that. So, you know, that type of person, you see them a lot in Hollywood movies, like Monster-in-Law and such. I think that's the kind of person you will be meeting. And you know, not to say that this can't change, but sometimes mother figures have a very strong attachment to, especially their son. So they really want to choose someone who is, you know, someone who resonates with them, so they know that their baby, their darling. This might be like a mommy's boy kind of person. So they really want to be able to choose their partner for them. So she might be the possessive kind, and might not like you at first. So just be prepared for that. it might get better. On the father's side of it, I think he's really, really going to like you. He's going to think you're extremely beautiful, very, very attractive. I think he's going to, you know, find that part of you alluring, that you are physically a very, very beautiful choice for his son or daughter. You are going to have communication with his father, and I think what's going to get you guys close, I think you're going to connect mostly with the father, especially in the beginning, is the fact that you can be having, you're going to be having some conversations with him. He's going to be a very sensitive person. I think you're going to find the father figure very sensitive, very open about his past, about emotions. He's going to be willing to let you in. So no need to worry about that. That person is going to, you know, they're also going to be, you know, embracing you probably when they meet you. So I feel like this is a kind of relationship with the mother and father where the father is like the more feminine energy in this in their relationship. I mean, unless they're not together. So, but either way, this is a more feminine kind of masculine energy. Very vulnerable, very open. I think they're going to adore you. I think they will think that you have a lot to offer their son or daughter. But, you know, just remember to have patience with this process. I don't think this is going to be like with the mother especially. I don't think it's going to be easy for you. You're going to be feeling quite burdened by the fact that you really, 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 really want her to like you, but you're not going to be seeing that. Like, she might be nice to you. It's not that, but you might be having that inkling, like this intuitive feeling that something's off. And later it might be revealed to you that she really loved the prior partner of your person. So, you know, that might explain a few things for you. But, you know, you're going to have a good connection with the father. You might even be bonding over some kind of sports. Maybe, you know, you're going to be, you find that you have something in common in that regard. And all in all, I think you're going to be, you know, you're fine here. It's not that, you know, they're going to hate you or the mother is going to hate you, but the father is going to really, really like you, while the mother might be needing a little bit of time to warm up to you. When she finally gets that her son or daughter has moved on from the past relationship. Okay, if you chose, if you chose option 3, which is the ruby stone, let's see, what will his father and mother think of you? We have the mother on this side and the father on this side. Wow, she's gonna love you. The mother's gonna love you. The father's gonna love you too. Wow. Okay, so if you chose the ruby, both of these parents are gonna love you. They're gonna love you to death. They're gonna feel like you're a really, really wise choice for their son or daughter. Yes. You might have been traveling a lot, and you're going to be telling this to them, and they're really going to be enjoying your stories. Reason why I'm saying this because it's you know, it springs. I mean, we have so many cards of travel here, which is interesting. You might also be from abroad, so you might be a foreigner. We have a card of travel here. We have a card of a globe here. We have a card of journey here, and we also have the card of the world. So. You know, you might be someone who your person met somewhere else, so they might be a long distance relationship. You might have met online or something like that, and now you're finally meeting, and then they're gonna, you're gonna be introduced to the parents, something like that. Either way, we have distance coming in this reading from both sides, both on the mother's side and the father's side. It might also mean that they're foreigners. So either way, there's something about foreign countries, traveling and such, and it comes up on both sides pretty dominantly. So for those who chose the ruby, you might be either a foreigner, or they will be perceiving you as someone who came from afar or something like that, okay? Now, we have a lot of loving cards. We have, their cups overfloweth on this, in this spread. So this means that they're going to be, connecting with you on an emotional level quite rapidly. They're going to be very open to meeting you. There is probably going to be some kind of party going on. We have a mask ball down here. So maybe, you're going to be meeting them at some social gathering where there's music and tapas and stuff like that, because there's a party going on right here. And there's going to be some fun, interesting games and conversations, especially with the father, because we have a lot of fun-loving cards here, a lot of positive communication, positive interactions, toasting, like, when you toast with drinks and such. So they might be, his father, his or her father might offer you a alcoholic beverage, so to speak, to lighten the mood. Either way, it's going to, and I think maybe that might be a part of why the mood lightens, because we also have like some kind of small blockage with the father in the beginning. It might be that the father is late for the social gathering. It might be that you get this feeling that the father is a little bit distant in the beginning, but this one will dissolve by itself quite rapidly, because we also have this followed by the sun. So there will be clarity shed on this quite rapidly. Nice weather, by the way, probably the day you meet them. And you're gonna be quickly gonna be a fave of them. There's no obstacles here. I don't see any of these, neither mom or dad being anyone who wants you out of their son or daughter's life. There's going to be complete acceptance, a lot of fascination with you, and really I think there's something about traveling. So maybe if you have traveled a lot and you're going to be telling them stories about this, they're going to be loving these stories. They're, no questions here. Also, I'm just noticing that on the Two of Wands we have another globe. So if you chose this pile, it might actually have an additional message for you. And I'm going to go beyond this actual question to tell you that you might be traveling soon. Okay, so you might be going out soon. You're always drawn to a pile that has a lot of messages, and also sometimes that be resonating with you at this moment in time. So it actually might also be indicating that you're going to be traveling quite soon. And you also might be traveling with this person. So if you are about to meet their parents, it might be also that, you're soon to be traveling with this person. If this is not a hypothetical one, if this is actually someone you are with and you're going to be meeting parents soon. So just, have that in mind. It would be interesting. And please come back to my reading and notify me in the comments if this is true. Either way, I think this is going to be a long-term relationship as well, because you're really going to be a part of this family. You're really going to go, and this is like a card of generations also here. So it's something indicating that you're going to be a part of this family for a long time if you get there to actually meeting the parents. Yeah, very positive. This is amazing. So if you were at any time worried about meeting their folks, don't worry, they're gonna love you. Everything's gonna be swell, okay? Also, I just want to give you an additional message. I think for this person, when you meet their parents, this is actually really going to seal the deal for them when they see how well you get along with their parents. So it's gonna happen in a so there's gonna be some kind of epiphany. There's this person really fits my family, so I made the right choice. That's going to be like the thought of your person in this situation, most likely. Okay, so if you chose the amethyst, let's see. Wow, I'm all fired up from number 3. That was a very positive energy. So on this side we have the mother, and on this side we have the father. Okay, so what will the mother think of you? Two swords. Father, Mm-mm. Oof. Okay. Well, the mother is gonna love you. She's gonna love you. Um, Father's interesting. Hmm. Okay, so there's actually there's a few things here because I'm getting mixed messages for both piles. So there will be some things they love about you and some things they do not love as much about you. And take it how it resonates because it might not be your situation, but this is what I see and this is what I'm gonna read. Okay, and if it matches your background and such, awesome. If it doesn't, just take what does resonate. First of all, I'm thinking that the parents might be divorced. So you might be meeting them on separate occasions. If not, then the mother is probably not at a good place at the time where you meet her, but she's going to be very happy and uplifted to meet, a potential spouse of her son and daughter. So it's actually going to lift her mood to meet you. Definitely, we have a key. So certain, this is very certain. She's going to love you with the flowers. She's going to think you're charming, very beautiful, attractive, lucky. You have some charisma about you. She's going to be very enchanted by you, okay? She's going to find when she meets you that you are, because we actually have it. This is really interesting. This is why I'm saying it's like a two-part message. We have a card of good news and we have a card of bad news on the side of the card of wisdom, which is the card of education and books. So she might be very happy to meet you and think you are overall a very good option for her child. But when she finds out your background about education and such, she might be a little bit disappointed. It might be a little bit like for lack of better words, bad news, because she's going to want a specific kind of like maybe she wants a doctor or a lawyer, or she may be, wanting someone like that for her child, and you're probably not there. I mean, I'm assuming that with these cards, you might be like more of a creative type, so you might be an artist, or you might be someone who, well, not works with something where you need like a higher education, and she might actually just have preferred that for her son or daughter. So take it how it resonates, okay? If you are indeed a lawyer, then of course this does not mean that. This could actually mean the opposite, that she would have preferred someone who was less stiff for her son or daughter. Not to say that lawyers are stiff, sorry, I take that back. Cookie takes it back, but you know what I mean. So she will be displeased in some way about your education. However, there's not going to be a problem because with all certainty, she's going to love you overall. So with the father, okay, with these cards, I'm actually considering if the father might actually be dead. So you might not actually get to meet the father, and this is like because I'm going to give you two interpretations here, because we have the card of the death and the tower. Okay, so this could be that your person has lost his or her father. Okay, so maybe that's your situation, and in which case, of course, don't listen to this part because it's not going to apply to you. But if not, then it might be something that the father thinks that you are a very, very different from what used to be their son or daughter's usual pick. You might be someone who they are really surprised at meeting. You might shock them a little bit. I don't know if you like wear outrageous clothes, or you have like a purple hair or something of that nature, or maybe his or her father does not know that their son or daughter is gay, so they might be really, really shocked at seeing you because they thought then maybe your person is, maybe this is same sex. So either way, there's something about a shock coming from the notion that there has been a transformation, or something really, really unforeseen has entered their door. So just know that their father will, if the father is not deceased, will be really, really surprised at you, when they meet you. You're not going to be what they expect. However, when all this is over, there will be some kind of, I think maybe there might actually be dispute between the mother, like the father and your person. We have some kind of battle going on. So you might be witnessing actually some competition between the two of them, especially if this is a male. So there might be like a latent what's the expression, passive aggressiveness between these two. But at all, and all in all, I think that the father is just going to be like, well, okay, so my daughter or son is in a relationship. This is new stuff coming into their life, like a change coming in. But we have like with the ring simply confirming that this is a solid relationship. I don't think they're going to try to negotiate it. I think they're going to be very upfront about what they think about you also. So you might not even be needing a card reader. I think you're going to be feeling very intuitively, or even you're going to be told blatantly how they feel about you, because we have a card of truth and we have a card of stop, look, and listen, right? So I think that this is there aren't going to be any secrets about how they feel about you. You're going to be knowing how they think about you. But I don't see you forming any emotional bond with the father. Besides that, I don't think you're going to be having like a great friendship with them. Simply, you're just going to be, he's just going to be there, like in the future. And you're going to be accepting him, and he's going to be accepting you, whatever. You don't really care as much about each other, right? So that's what I'm seeing. But the mother is going to love you, you guys. The mother is going to adore you. All right, if you chose the lapis lazuli, let's see. What will her parents think of you? Mother on this side, father on this side. This might be another divorced family, by the way. Might be another set of divorced parents. Yeah, with a very hardworking father. His or her father might have their own business. I see a company or something, being a business owner, something of that sort. It's interesting. We have two cards of judgment here. I'm gonna get to it in a minute. I'm just gonna have an overall look because this looks weird. Well, okay, so I think on the mother's side, your person probably has a lot of options, and you're not the only one that they have ever introduced to their parents. So they might be, the mother might at the beginning be seeing you as, just one of many, like, yeah, another one, sort of like that. But she's going to be nice, she's not going to be awful about it. I think she's just going to be, used to, with the writer, is a card of like coming and going. So she might be used to her son or daughter just having people coming and going. Don't take it the wrong way. I mean, it's just, you were drawn to this pile, so obviously there might be a message here for you. But she's going to be very nice. She's going to be offering you things. We have like a generosity card with the hand showing, a present. You're going to be offered food. You're going to be offered, just to stay as long as you want. She's going to be nice to you with a lot of, just positive energy as such. But I don't think she's going to be expecting this to last too long, because we have a card of the coffin, and also like with the patience here, and like destruction down here. I think she's going to be having certain assumptions about you, that you're not going to be there for long, and that's going to be like the primary thought she has. This is what I'm reading from these cards anyway. So she might think that you're like I think she's gonna think you have like a nice figure or something like that also. You might be into music. Maybe that's also something she's gonna be picking up on you. She might be, you might be a musician, or you might be someone who talks a lot about music and such. So that's part of like her impression of you. But we don't get any more information here. So as for the father, he's sort of like what's the word? I'm thinking of this certain character I remember from Donald Duck cartoons. I don't remember his name, but that it was like this spacey kind of person who would sit and like he was this inventor, like a little bit on the eccentric side. I think that's like the father. He might be a little bit of like eccentric type of person. Might be like into like solitude hobbies, like fishing, or doing solitaire or something like that. He just comes up as someone who is sort of like a lone wolf. And this is also why I'm saying I think this couple is divorced, so you might be meeting them on separate occasions. He might be a little bit big, like a big person, like a belly and maybe a little bit overweight, but also just in general, a very sociable person. Might like to wear hats and such. He's going to be happy to meet you, very, very happy to meet you. I don't think you're going to be, I don't think your person has a very strong relationship with his father. He comes off as someone who prefers to be by himself. But once you meet them, it's going to be like we have a kind of a stranger and a judgment. It might not be, someone you'll be seeing a lot of again, but he's going to be happy to see you. He's going to like you. And I think he's going to find you to be a very strong communicator, someone who is very energetic, very passionate. You might have a background in communications in some way, something like the job where you speak a lot, where you express yourself a lot, because that's like one of his primary perceptions of you. Yeah, and someone who has good judgment, someone who, he's going to be seeing you as someone who is, the word in English is sensible. I think sensible, yes, very sensible. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit like if you like my readings. And last but not least, if you chose the chrysocolla, let's see, what will her parents think of you? On this side we have mother, and this side we have father. Okay. Well, on the mother's side, you might be someone who's quite a bit younger than the person that you are, than their daughter or son. You might be a little bit younger, or they might be simply suggesting that the mother will perceive of you as someone who's a little bit naive, a little bit foolish in their choices in terms of career. We have some pence coming up here. So the mother might disapprove of your job. She might be thinking that you are not being serious about your career, and she might be wanting you to, anchor yourself a little bit more in your career. Also, she might be thinking that you're a tad bit sly, like a little bit manipulative. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I'm just thinking with the fox, that might be it. The fox can suggest that, but it can also suggest like a small job. So she might be, finding that you have like a side endeavor, if it's not because you're a sly motherfucker, but aren't we all, if you want to please the folks of the person we love. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you really want someone to like you, you might be, pulling out the heavy machinery in terms of charms and in terms of being a little bit of a brown noser, but I think she's going to be perceiving you as someone who tries a lot. You try hard to impress her. But yeah, she's going to not be entirely sure what to think about you in the beginning. You might be blonde also, by the way, because we have a fair gray-haired woman, but it also means that she's just, the gray-haired woman in this constellation. What is here is also she's going to be seeing you as somewhat vulnerable. And that might pertain to the fact that, she's going to be perceiving that you're trying a lot. You're trying hard to impress her, right? Because that makes you vulnerable in some sense. But overall, I think she's really going to want you to be, like a good choice in terms. She's going to try perhaps to talk to you a bit about career or something. This person is really interested in the career that you're going to be choosing to have a good life with her son or daughter. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. The father, that's really interesting because we have a card of challenge with the card of a barrier, and also a whip. So I'm not sure what this means, especially because it can mean a few things. I'm going to give you a few interpretations. First of all, I mean, it could suggest simply that there's going to be a barrier between you and the father figure of this person that you're having in mind. And it's going to be quite a challenge to break this barrier. They might not like you initially because we also have slow movement here with this person that's like with the king here, with the King of Wands, who might be somewhat of a dominant person who really wants to be in charge. He wants to, you know, he prefers things a certain way, the way I read this. With the Nine of Swords, you might not be what he would have ideally envisioned for his son or daughter. This might also mean that, you know, it can be another same-sex situation, that if you are same-sex, then this person would not like you either way. Or it would be difficult to have them like you because they don't approve of the sexuality of their son or daughter. This might be this. Also, we have with the cards here with the tree and the whip, you might be someone who's in extremely good shape, so you might be working out a lot, or you might be simply someone who you know, you care a lot about your health and you're going to be very vocal about that, so that's going to be part of the perception that they have of you. Someone who cares about their body, someone who has a good figure, someone who works out a lot. You might be muscular, but the card of the whip can also mean a dispute, so it might be somewhat of a dispute with the roots. So especially with the tree right next to it, this can also be about family roots, so there might be disputes within this family, but with the father especially. Take it as it resonates. You know, you never know when you're going to meet the parents. So when you actually do, and this makes sense to you, you're going to be like, oh, the fortune cookie warned me. Just know that there's probably some disputes and you know, some unfinished, unresolved things between this person and their father, and that might unfortunately be taken out on you because, you know, you're the extension of the person that you're with in that sense. So just keep that in mind. But we have a card of growth here, so it might also mean that, you know, once you do come, you know, you do get to know this person a lot better, you might be accepted, more welcome. You might be feeling more welcomed in this part of the family, in the father's side of the family. Either way, it's not all roses here. So just so you know that, just so you can be prepared for that. And not with the mother either. With the mother, just remember to show her that you're ambitious and that you have life goals, and she's gonna warm up to you. That's the key to her heart, I'm seeing. Okay, guys, that was the reading for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have suggestions for pick a card readings, please do notify me below in the comment section. And also remember to hit like if you like my video. If you're interested in personal readings, also down below, every information you need for that. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. Bye now.